Hello guys, we're back with another video. Today we're going to be discussing whether Uptober, as it's called, is going to be happening this year. So they have a sentiment, or at least a belief in the crypto community, that October is always kind of like an up month for cryptocurrency in terms of the prices of cryptocurrencies. And we're going to look through kind of the history. But one thing that I did want to note right here, and this kind of pertains to it, is the October effect that you have in the stock market. And this refers to the belief that stocks tend to decline during the month of October. So in Bitcoin or cryptocurrency as a whole, you kind of see when stocks are down, cryptocurrency goes up just because people are probably looking for a place to hold their money and also gain a little bit more whilst the stock market is down. So they're looking for kind of safer, more high yield investments. And we'll look a little bit into that later on. It does also say that along with the September effect, which is kind of the opposite of that, so you go up in September, then it declines in October. It does say that the October 100-year stock market price has in fact been a net positive. So this is in stocks, not in cryptocurrency. That's in spite of being the month of the 1907 panic, Black Tuesday, Thursday, and Monday 1929. And then Black Monday in 1987, with the Dow plummeting 22% in a single day. I don't think we've seen too much more drastically than that since. I know in maybe 2000 or 2008 it did drop as well, but I don't believe that was in October. So the main thing about the October effect is probably that normally you only remember bad things that happen within the stock market or with prices going down, so you don't necessarily retain the good things. So it's in everyone's mind that October is a bad month for stock prices. As it says here, it's not actually true, but there is a sentiment in the cryptocurrency community that October is good for cryptocurrency because of the previous things stated earlier. Now, this is the United States stock market, so kind of whatever S&P you're looking at. And then if we just go through, we can go through to October. So this one was actually down, I believe. It goes down in October here. Then in 2017, you have October, which actually goes up for the stock market. And then the next one is down for October. And then the next one in 2019 is actually up for October. So it starts this run up here. Then if we keep going over to 2020, you can see in October, it kind of does go down and then up and then down, and that kind of kicks off all of it going up to the next October, which is right here where it actually shoots up again. So you can kind of see that the sentiment that even in the stock market, it's not necessarily true that October is a bad month for stocks in general. And then if we keep going to 2023, we can see, let's see here, so this is the 10th of October, so it dips down 10th of October, then shoots back up. And then in 2023, let's look at it here. So October is a bad month right there. And then it ticks back up at the end of October. And we're just coming up to this October that we're going to see very soon in a couple of days. I think it's 2 days from now. So the question is it going to go down or up for stocks? I'm not really going to speculate on that, but let's just look at the price of Bitcoin because that's the main thing that's driving cryptocurrency prices at the moment. So we have here from I think around 2017 to the current price that we're seeing here. So let's just go based on this. In October of 2017, it has a massive rally up. That's obviously from the halving, we believe. And then the next October past that, if we keep going here, is actually a relatively stable October. So it kind of just plateaus at this price here. And then the next one, if we keep going, it goes down in October again. So that's another one that's not really considered an Uptober. And then the next one is obviously this massive one that we're seeing here, which is in 2020. And I'm thinking that this is mainly what people are looking for to happen in the next coming days, or at least the next month in October, is this massive run that kicks it all off. So you have October 2nd, and then by November 1st, it's gone up. I think this is 30% already. And then that just continues to climb higher and higher and higher. So that's what we're kind of looking to see in 2024. And then if we come down here, you have July, August, September, and then it drops down by the end of September, which we haven't really seen right now because it's not dropping down necessarily. But then as you enter into October, that kicks off another run upwards for Bitcoin. So that would be in 2025 that we would see that. But as I said, we're looking for this kind of run up as well in the next month for October. And then as we keep going down, you can see that in October of 2022, if we just get to it here, it actually runs up a little bit and then drops back down. That kind of is the very, very bottom of Bitcoin for the past 5 years or 4 years that we're seeing there. And then the next October is, I believe, relatively good, where we see this run up here. So this is the start, and then by the end of October, it kicks off that run up all the way up to that new all-time high that we saw. As I said, that's what we're kind of looking for through this. This is obviously from the ETF, and if the FTX didn't happen, I think Bitcoin would have been slightly higher, but then it would have been more of a drop when FTX actually burst the bubble. So it's kind of good that that's out of the picture right now. There is still some speculation that a lot of other exchanges kind of have the same thing going on, but let's not get into that now. When we're strictly talking about cryptocurrency or Bitcoin, you can kind of see that we are kind of winding down, as we're seeing here. I don't do too much technical analysis, but it is obviously a question of if we're going to see it shoot up in October, because previously I believe it dips down in those September months and then shoots back up. So we should have seen a dip down historically for it to go up in the October month. Now it has been on kind of a slight rise if we go to the last 7 days in September. So it went from 62,000 and we're looking around 66,000 right now. So we're kind of close to it, around $250 off. In the last month, we got all the way down to 53,000 and it's coming back up. So it kind of looks like October might actually be good for Bitcoin. Historically, looking back, it is also kind of to do with the halving effect that you have as well, because that tends to come right after, or you feel the effects a couple of months down the line from the halvings. So that's kind of why October is probably the best month that people think that cryptocurrency is going to go up in. My personal opinion is that I hope to see it go up, but I wouldn't be holding on to everything that it is going to go up in October. The Fed is obviously going to cut the rates in November and then December again. So that's going to free up a lot of liquidity, and some of it is going to flow into cryptocurrency or Bitcoin at least. And then the price of Bitcoin going up is going to raise the whole market. If we go back to the market cap and we go on all time, you can see Bitcoin hit up into around 1.4 trillion. Now, obviously, best case for the bull run would be around 4.5 trillion in market cap. And then the rest of the cryptocurrencies on the market will obviously see a little bit of that market cap flow back into it after people are done selling off Bitcoin. And then normally we have an altcoin season, and then some of that flows back into Bitcoin. So what happens in that altcoin season is that a lot of people take their profits and put it into more sound money or less volatile money. And that's kind of what we're seeing if we look here on the gold price. So when the Fed cut the rates, I know that gold is a global asset, but you do kind of have to keep up with what the Fed is doing because it is heavily influencing a lot of the global markets right now. So the Fed cut the rates in the last month, let's just say. And then we go here and you can see that the gold price is at basically an all-time high. It hit up to $2,686 per ounce. And what this basically shows is that people don't have necessarily faith in the market right now. So what they're doing is they're selling off from there, converting a lot of their assets into gold because they think it's going to be a more steady and stable investment for the next coming months. Just because we know the Fed rate cut in the future is probably going to have the effect of probably a recession within the next coming year, probably. And that's why people are going to places like gold or silver or any other kind of steady asset that's hedging against that inflation to store their wealth, basically. And cryptocurrency, or Bitcoin at least, should be one of those places that they go as well. And we should see more liquidity hitting into the cryptocurrency market because of that. You see Bitcoin, even in the past couple of days, it has that rise upwards. And I think it's probably to do with the Fed rate cut as well. So let me know your thoughts if you think we're going to have an Uptober, as they say. And let me know what you think the price of Bitcoin will be at the end of October. Make sure you like the video and subscribe for more content like this.